Hello everybody, this is Chris, and today I'm going to be giving you 6 reasons why VHS is better than Dead by Daylight. Number 1, it's very beginner friendly. So we all know that Dead by Daylight has a really good tutorial for both sides, but it doesn't give you everything. And the first thing that comes to mind is flashlights. It doesn't show you how to use them well and when to utilize them properly. And if you're playing a killer, it doesn't even tell you the simplest of things, that you can be blinded by them. Let's say you load into your first killer match, you see a survivor carrying a flashlight and you don't even know what it is. You don't know it can blind you, you don't know people can flashlight save with them, and many more things. And flashlight is just scraping the bottom of the barrel here. There's many more things that you need to know once you start playing the game, because there's a lot of things that are used on every game occasion that they just don't show you in tutorial. I don't see this problem with the VHS. It's very straightforward. You have 12 weapons, 4 categories, 3 in each category. I don't think you even need a tutorial here. You just start using them and see how they work, and you figure it out as you go. Probably takes a couple of games to get all the mechanics in. And I'm almost sure the VHS team is doing their best to prepare a really good tutorial for us, if they already didn't. Number 2, the game is really well balanced, unlike Dead by Daylight. In DBD there is really no way to turn things around. If the match is going in Killer's favor, it's probably gonna end up with him winning the game. And it's especially hard for survivors, because in this scenario, if the survivors are doing really well and Killer decides to camp tunnel and slowly start to pick off people one by one, it can turn around the match really quickly because they have something to work with, and this can be an issue. Don't get me wrong, I don't consider camping, slugging, and tunneling toxic in any sort of way, but a lot of people don't know how to fight back, and when you're playing with friends, you just don't want to leave that one person behind, and I don't think it's okay for them to be able to just push one person out of the match so everybody else can escape, and the killer is like, hey, at least I got one kill. Because I don't see survivors having anything like that. It's just a huge mess, if you ask me. From what we got so far with VHS, the matches are really back and forth. The smallest things can turn the tide of the battle around in seconds. So I think it's much more dynamic. Plus, a lot of people who tried it out and have been playing Dead by Daylight for years as well said VHS is much more balanced. And that's what we're all looking for, a fair gameplay. Number 3. Diverse gameplay. On the killer side, you have mutations, you have the ways you can play a single killer and make it your own. In Dead by Daylight, you basically play one killer, maybe have up to maximum 2 or 3 meta builds, and you're going to be running them all around. Like every single killer at high MMR is going to be running the same things. With Survivor, I don't even want to talk about it. You can unlock any perk on any survivor, so you just choose whomever you want and you're gonna be fighting constantly against the same perks, and it's just not that interesting. In VHS with teens, aka survivors, even though I don't think they like calling them that, which kind of makes sense, they want to make their own thing when it comes to the game. But I just want to make it more clear. So yes, the teens. You can choose your own weapons. You can choose your own playstyle. I even think there is a way for you to level up those same weapons. I'm not sure. That's what I got from viewing all those videos. I've seen there's like some levels assigned to each weapon when I see in the lobby of one of the developers. And one more important thing, each and every survivor is unique. They have their own strengths and weaknesses, which means that you can basically main a survivor as well. In Dead by Daylight, when you say you main a survivor, you just choose the survivor that you like the most, with cosmetics that match your taste. But you still have to invest money into that, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Number 4, comms. And I'm not even sure if everybody's gonna agree with me on this one, and you probably even shouldn't, but I think this is a huge bonus to the game, because with comms, you don't have to connect with people through Discord or third-party apps, and even when you're playing with friends, you can just, hey, once we get into the game, we already have the comms in. We don't have to connect through the Discord, but we can if you want to. And the huge bonus is that this is gonna make solo queue so much more pleasant and interesting. I know there's gonna be a lot of toxicity here as well, because it's unavoidable. It's an online game, there's always gonna be some toxicity. I still believe this is a huge pro, but as always, you can let me know what you think. Number 5. Low PC requirements. I think low PC requirements are sort of needed for an online game to be successful, because a lot of people out there, especially minors who cannot afford really strong, good PCs, have to play on maybe their laptops that they have for school, or and maybe they have a PC that's 5 years old and assembled for like $500, which is okay, because even on such a PC, you will be able to run this game. I cannot even emphasize how bad Dead by Daylight is optimized for any platform, including PC. I'm running a RTX 2070 Super, which is considered a really good graphics card now. I have the settings all at very ultra. I managed to bump up some settings within the app data folder of the game as well, and I managed to unlock the FPS to 120. And with all that, plus when I have to stream the game, my PC is not having a fun time. With VHS, you can probably run this game, stream, and run some background apps on a much simpler setup. So huge pro. And number 6, I mentioned this before, I mentioned this in the previous video, but since it's the most important reason why VHS is better than Dead by Daylight, I will have to repeat it over and over again. The game is completely free. Not only does it not cost anything for you to own the game, I've heard from the VHS team that there's gonna be a lot of cosmetics that you will be able to unlock for free within the game, and from what I got so far, I think it's gonna be a bit easier than to unlock the free cosmetics in Dead by Daylight. Because in Dead by Daylight, not only that you have to pay for the game, you pretty much have to pay for almost every single piece of cosmetic that you get as well, because you have to invest enormous amounts of hours into the game to be able to get the in-game currency to buy those pieces of cosmetic. But hey, that is their own decision. Us putting money into the game we love is never a bad thing, because it goes towards the developers team, and they can make the game even better. So that's why I also think it's fair for us to, you know, invest into VHS. If you will really like the game and will play it a lot, I really see no problem for you to spend a couple of bucks every now and then to get yourself an outfit that you want, and that way developers can stockpile some money to invest further into the game. And that's it, people. These are my 6 reasons why VHS is better than Dead by Daylight. I'm also going to be making a video on 6 reasons why I think Dead by Daylight is better than VHS, so don't think this is just a one-way kind of deal video. And if you don't want to miss that out, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and commenting. It really does help a lot. And with all that said, I'm wishing you all a beautiful evening, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. See you.